Ricky.
Oh. Plus, could you imagine making like a video as crazy as like a cosplayers with film?
Oh god.
That editing would be insane. Insanity, Ricky. What are you doing, man?
I'm just here getting some popcorn with hot
You
sauce.
just had some popcorn.
Popcorn with hot sauce.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Like a little siracha kind of
sauce
thing.
or hot
Look at that.
corn?
Looks like a murder scene.
I don't need return sauce.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your statement?
I wanted to ask you now.
Well, can you do a statement first?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
questions, please.
Yeah, like your popcorn looks like the bedpan of an STD victim. That's his statement.
I really like hot sauce.
Nice.
All right, hell yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
statement.
Good
It's a hell of a statement.
I
Solid
too.
decree.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
I hear that. I hear that.
I love
I
popcorn.
had some Chipotle this morning.
In the morning.
I like.
With my
I
omelet
How's your asshole?
burning like a witch's tit.
Those are usually
Usually pretty ice cold, so you must be doing fine. Anyway,
Get your ice cold
cold ass. Anyway, sorry. What was your question?
Like whenever you were in school, like high school, college, or whatever, what was the subject that you took out the most, or like what class you hated going to because the teacher people in the
Sucked
class
at
or
the
what?
most?
Yeah. Like
That's
you were really
easy.
bad at.
English, because I never did outside reading.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Ever.
I was really good at doing my homework. I got it all done. I never had any issue with that. My problem would just be if I wasn't interested in the subject. And I was always interested in math. And then halfway through high school, when it started turning into theoretical shit, my interest went bink off. And I was like, I don't even give a fuck about any of this. And I would do the homework, but none of it was ever right. None of this, that, whatever. And by the last year of high school, I had to take another math. I took like the most I was taking mostly honors classes, and then in math, I took like some remedial shit. I was like, this is the bare minimum. I don't identify with this.
I loved like geometry and like finding missing angles and all that stuff. But once they went into like imaginary numbers and like that, I was like,
geometry I was good with.
Geometry, I love.
Yeah, I enjoyed
geometry.
that. I took physics. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the theoretical shit, write a proof about this theoretical thing.
Like,
no, I'm not interested. It was only my interest that, and like English, I excelled at when I was interested. But then there were some years that I took it and it was, okay, read this book, Things Fall Apart. It's 900 pages about a sad Asian man.
I hate that.
And it was
book.
like, I can't. Oh, no, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of The Good Earth. Things Fall Apart
It's pretty short.
was a slave book. Yeah, it was about slavery. Both were really boring
Bummers.
books.
That's
There were
bummer.
better books written about the subjects. But anyway, yeah, there were some years that I couldn't get into it, and I didn't do well. Ninth grade English, I always got A's and B's, and ninth grade English I got a D. Because I was so checked out of English. I just couldn't identify with it. And then the next year we read better stuff, and I had an A.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys read Fight Club?
Harry Potter.
No, no shit.
That was
Yeah,
too contemporary.
real fucking books.
I really liked, I remember middle school science classes where we actually did experiments with like Bunsen burners and dissected a
Frog.
like frog and
Grasshopper
all
frog,
that stuff. I remember like really looking forward to like science class. That was fun. Didn't really, I can't think of one I really hated, but like maybe like I guess history or like poli-sci or something like that. Poli-sci I think I kind of hated. Boring. Learning how the government works.
Who needs it?
Yeah, Anarchy Burger.
Just this.
Hold the
Hold the
government,
government, please.
Hold the government, please.
please.
Derek, did you have one?
You do have the kiwi.
I have the kiwi. I actually, no, I pretty much liked all my classes for the most part. But in generally speaking, I just didn't like being at school. So
No.
Me too.
I'm with you.
I wanted to
Yes.
be home and watch
100%
Ricky
with
Lake.
you.
some classes were better than the others, but ultimately, it's like I just wanted to be out of school.
Yep.
When I got to college, I tried taking a logic class, and I actually thought it'd be really easy because it's like I'm a logical guy.
Oh, that was my favorite class.
I fucking hated it. I could not stand my logic. It made no sense to me.
I loved it.
What does that say about you?
That's highly illogical.
It was my favorite class that I took that didn't have anything to do with my major.
The
I had
logic,
so
the
much
logic class is like an it's so illogical. It's a joke that they call it logic.
It's math. It's word math. That's all it is.
Well, I do really well in number math,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
So no, I thought it was really cool. I loved like they would have like these logic problems that you would have to solve, like if A equals B, then and
Yeah,
B
and
is
you know
equal
what my
to
problem
C.
was? It was a waste of fucking time. Why am I like I have to line these words up in this the word in this box needs to match the word in this box, and this is your definition of logic? Fuck off.
Pretty
Well,
logical guy.
I really liked criminal psychology. That was my favorite class. It was with me and Sean and Derek. It was one of the classes that the three abnormal psychology. The three of us all took.
What?
Rare territory. We
was that?
were all in that class, and it was like, wow, this is kind of interesting. Wow, the test. Okay, the test. Oh, I don't. Did he talk about any of this? He
No.
didn't?
Yeah.
Oh, you had to read a separate thing. Oh, why am I coming to class?
Yeah, we had a
What?
teacher who would lecture for like 2 or 3 hours, and then the test would all be book material that was not covered in the lecture, and he'd be like, well, yeah, you're supposed to do the reading. You come to the class for my lecture.
Why the fuck would
But
I
it's like, but
yeah.
you don't test us on your lecture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you telling us this
This is
shit?
not-
Why are
fi-
you talking?
This
Yeah.
is not
Why-
efficient.
yeah.
I had multiple classes like that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't understand that way of thinking at all.
Hey, the
I'm
only
going to
time-
talk about stuff, but I'm testing you on the book.
The
Then
only
I'm going to
time
stay home and read.
I ever had that was at Grossmont. I got to
Yeah.
Fullerton, nothing like that.
Yeah.
You go to class, it's lecture, and then the reading supplements the lecture, and you're tested on both.
Yeah.
I never had, once I got to actual college, I never got
Yeah.
that
But you know
shit.
what?
Oh,
You
and
know
the best
what's-
part too, real quick, at Grossmont, the teachers were all like, they thought so highly of themselves, and they would make you buy books that they themselves wrote.
Yeah.
And the only bookstore you could get these books at was at the Grossmont bookstore. And then it's like, you wrote the book, you won't even tell me what's in the book, and you're the guy who fucking wrote it.
That's insane.
I
Yeah.
did have that happen, though. I had that happen in high school when I took AP European History. The whole purpose of that class is to prepare you to pass the AP test.
Yeah.
So that when you take it, it eliminates, you don't have to take all these college classes. And so, I mean, I took that class, I busted my ass on everything, and then he's like, yeah, so just so you know, what they're going to test you on is not, I mean, we're talking about, I'm giving you a good backstory in class, but it's all going to be on the reading.
Ooh.
And it's like, well, then, I mean, I don't know, understand what I should,
Yeah.
I guess I'll read everything, but why are we meeting? I
And-
just don't
and-
get it.
and
And,
then there
I
was-
failed the test. The
and there
AP
was
test
study
came at the end of the
sessions.
year, and I didn't do it.
Because we, I mean, only one teacher at our high school taught that class, so
Yeah.
I had this exact same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I normally do pretty well in history classes because I think
Yeah.
that's like really interesting.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, so why are we meeting once a week or once a day, every day, and then we have a study session on Tuesday nights
Yeah.
for this shit, and then I got like nowhere with it.
Yeah.
It was the worst experience
Yeah.
ever. I felt like I'd been duped.
I had one teacher at Grossmont who didn't teach at all and just assigned presentations. Everybody would do a presentation on a different subject,
I had a
and
teacher like
that
that.
each person would write a quiz afterwards, and you were graded on those quizzes afterwards. So they didn't do anything except
Whoa.
go, okay, you're doing this subject, you're doing this subject, and
They got
research
So,
it. Make,
so
Brilliant.
you learned a whole class from unqualified students.
from students.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a class like that too.
They basically just took attendance.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Holy
Yeah.
Wow.
shit.
That
Wow.
I had that in college at SF State, and I remember I got into a fight with the teacher on email because I was like, "Hey, I couldn't make it to class in today. I know we're supposed to do this, this, and this. I know you say to check the syllabus, but this isn't in here, so that's why I'm emailing you." It was like how to get groups together for the next project, because that's exactly what she did. And I just remember her being like, well, if you read the syllabus, which to me, if I come at you with, hey, I went here first and I didn't find an answer, so I'm coming to you because I don't have an answer, and you respond with, well, if you read it first, or, you know, basically saying, I didn't read what you fucking wrote at all, then it makes me even more furious. She misspelled my name in the email, and I went, my name is spelled with a Y. She got so fucking furious that I didn't have a salutation at the end that said, you know, regards or best or, you know, professor, whatever her name was, that like, she was like, you know, we need to do a class, I was going to do this with the class anyways. It has nothing to do with you, but it's about email etiquette. And I just checked the fuck out. I told the woman that she was being absolutely ridiculous, that you can't run a class like this, that you didn't give me information when I asked you for it. It was not in the syllabus like you said it was. And then all I got was, oh, I guess I used an old form of the syllabus. And I just, from that point on, did not treat her like a teacher. I treated her like any other person. And she did not appreciate
No
it.
respect.
Yeah, no, because she didn't earn it.
You respect his
Just like he doesn't respect anybody.
We've talked about this before, this guy before, but Rock and I took a class together.
Oh yeah.
It was the worst teacher of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, we hoped he died at one point in the fire in 2003. 'cause
Yeah,
it was
when
like,
Firestorm
maybe
happened.
this guy finally
Whoa,
died,
shit.
and the world is better off. Like,
Wow.
he was
Negativity.
He made some kid go so crazy. He took his desk and threw it across the classroom. He was crazy.
Yeah.
That's
he,
pretty
he-
cool.
See that?
Well,
happen?
that
Yeah.
your story reminded me, Brian, of he wrote down a thing on the board, like a problem for us, and then he goes, "Now what's the answer?" B. What's the answer? B. You. What's the answer? B. Okay. This is a college level class, and I don't. Oh, it is B.
he wrote B on the board and circled it, and then went and talked about it. And yeah, we kept pressing everyone for an answer. And he must have asked 18, 19 people, and they all said B.
B.
No, it's not. This is a college level class. This is. I mean, he
What
wailed
an
on us.
asshole.
He
He wailed on us, and then turned around and he'd circled B, and it was
it's
like,
B.
my God, oh my God, what a dick.
Are you just
and
laughing?
He was there. He would just, people would be 1 minute late, and he'd say, I canceled you from the class. You're out. It's like, I already paid for it. It's past the deadline. Yeah. I'm 12 seconds late. Yeah, sorry. He would, and yeah, a guy threw a
Well,
desk.
what happened
He
was
so mad.
the guy asked me. We had a quiz every day, the daily quiz, and no talking during the quiz. He gets there and goes, "Hey, do you have a pencil?" Because he didn't have one. The teacher heard that. "Hey, you're talking. You're suspended for 2 classes. Don't come back for 2 classes." I was asking for a pencil. Doesn't matter. Get out. So the guy came back 2 classes later. Yeah, you missed 2 classes. I dropped you. You can't miss 2 classes.
Oh!
And then the guy got some A's.
Yeah, he
Oh, I
threw a
would have
desk.
thrown a
Yes.
fucking
He
desk
was
as
there
well.
just
Would've
to
fought the
he was
teacher.
he was there just to incite rage, and then so all that happened, and then Firestorm 2003,
Yeah.
the big fire that we had down in Southern
We
California.
podcasted through it.
That was 2007.
Yeah.
Oh, was?
2003 we didn't have the podcast yet, and so all that happened, and after like a week off or whatever, we all came back to class. That teacher was never late because he always talked about how being late you might as well not show up at all.
Right.
But he broke his own rule. He was late. And he was late on the day we got back, and we're all waiting in silence. And one guy, we're all looking at each other, and one guy goes, "Okay, we're all hoping the same thing, right?" I mean, I feel really shitty saying that, and we were cracking up so bad. He's like, "Hey, I know that's dark, but I mean,
Why was he late? What was his excuse?
he had no excuse."
Yeah.
course.
And so he's like, "Oh, sorry, I ran a little late today." And everyone's like, "Yeah, you kick us out when we're late." Yeah, well, I'm the teacher, so
Wow.
it was like, I have no respect for you.
I would have found his house and burned his
respect
house
for you.
down.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
Whoa.
Firestorm.
I dropped that class so fucking hard.
Yeah.
I think you stuck it out, or
I stuck
Our-
it out
our
almost
friend
to the
Jenny
end.
did.
Me and Jenny did, and it was almost to the end. Half the class had left. They were over
yeah,
it.
it was awful.
And we stuck it out, and then he was showing me like, "Hey, so just so you know, you need to get like a perfect score on the next 3 tests, or else you will completely fail because you were absent that one time. So we took a lot of points away. It's like you're obsessed with attendance.
Yeah, he's weird.
So I just left after that.
Yeah.
I think Jenny stayed till the
Yeah,
end.
but I don't think she. No, she did pass it, which I don't know how she fucking passed that class. Anyways, whoa,
Harvard on the hill.
What did it take for her to
Crazy.
pass it?
that was crazy. Anyways,
Probably
this
steady.
reminded me of that.
Anyway,
I
so what'd
never
you
Do you
think?
think he's dead now?
You know
Yeah,
what?
I
I
think
do.
so.
He was so old then and so cranky. Yeah, or opposite, he'll never die.
God rest
damn.
his eternal soul.
Yeah, it's like a Green Mile situation. He's got to watch everyone suffer.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Till we electrocute him.
We should go electrocute him.
what'd you think of that, Jerry, or what was your name? Ricky. Ricky.
Bit shit, wasn't it?
Anyway, thank you.
All right, goodbye.
Thank
Let's
you,
talk
Ricky.
He had
to-
all that time to speak up.
Yeah,
I'm falling
yeah,
asleep
yeah.
sitting here, man. I gotta go to bed.